Report ang anumang insidente ng karahasan laban sa mga Asyano sa tanggapan ng bagong Consul General kaugnay sa lumalaganap na hate crime sa iba't ibang lugar sa bansang Amerika. Pahabol pong balita ito. Ito ang inahayag ni New York Consul General Cato dahil may ilan tayong kababayan na natatakot magsabi sa naranasan nilang karahasan. Si L. Aguilar ng U.S. Bureau sa detalye.
Nanawagan sa Filipino-American community si bagong Consul General Cato ng Philippine Consulate dito sa New York na i-report o iulat sa kanyang tanggapan ang anumang insidente ng karahasan laban sa mga Pilipino. Kaugnay ito sa mga nagaganap na Asian hate crime sa iba't ibang panig ng Estados Unidos.
Gusto kong mapila sa ating mga kababayan dito sa New York at sa mga ibang lugar dito sa jurisdiction ng ating Konsulado General, na kung maaari ipaalam niyo po sa amin para makatulong kami based on sa sinabi na Noel, iba rin kung kababayan natin yung lumapit at gusto namin maging tulay para masabi natin sa mga kinauukulan dito sa New York kung ano man yung naging experience nyo at ma-link namin kayo sa mga otoridad dito, mga offices na maaaring makatulong sa inyo. Huwag po kayo mag-atubili, nandito yung ating konsulado para tulungan kayo.
Bagamat alam ng mga pinuno ng embahada at ng konsulado ng Pilipinas dito sa Amerika ang sitwasyon ng mga kababayan nating Pilipino, alam din nila na hindi pa rin naiulat lahat ang mga insidente involving Filipinos dahil na rin umano sa pangamba ng ilan na mga walang papel na sila ay ma-deport.
The problem we're encountering is the lack of reporting, which we actually want to encourage. So that's why among the first steps that we took to address this issue is to activate our hotline. We are aware that there are cases of hate crimes and other hate incidents involving members of the Filipino community in New York and in other parts of the United States, but this have not been reported officially to us.
Nabanggit pa ni Conjen na maaaring mas pinili ng mga kababayan natin na hindi na kumibo at manahimik na lamang kesa sila ay mahuli at mapauwi.
We're taking steps to reach out to members of the community. We would be conducting more meetings with them to encourage them to report. I've talked to some of our kababayan and they have expressed serious apprehension about their safety when they ride the subway, etc. So we really think that it's important for them to share their stories so that we could come up with the necessary information to allow us to guide them. For instance, we only have 5 reported cases of hate crimes or hate-related incidents the past few months.
Sa ginanap na virtual Stop Asian Hate Forum na inisponsor ng konsulado, naging panauhing panelist ang mga Asyanong kinatawan ng NYPD o New York Police Department, kasama din ang Fil-Am Chair at Commissioner ng NYC Human Rights na si Carmelyn Malalis. At bilang tugon at assurance naman ng NYPD sa mga undocumented nating kababayan.
The question is to whether or not people who are undocumented are able to file a report with the police department. I want to assure everybody that's in the community that New York City Police Department does not check whether your citizen status. We will investigate your crime. You are a victim of the crime. We will investigate the crime to the fullest, and we ensure that you get the same amount, the same treatment, same sincerity in your investigation as if you weren't a documented citizen. So regardless of status and citizenship, your case will be investigated just as well.
Detective Saloma, my message is basically, kung meron po kayong problema o biktima po kayo ng hate crime, huwag po kayong magdalawang isip na tumawag po sa NYPD Huwag po kayo matakot para po masolve natin yung nangyari sa ating kababayan. Hindi po namin kayo matutulungan kung hindi po kayo malapit sa amin. Handa po kami tumulong sa inyo.
Idinagdag pa ni Consul na para sa mga kababayan natin na hindi pa US citizen, subalit legal na naninirahan dito sa Amerika,
Ang ating pamahalaan ay may nakalaang pondo para i-share namin sa inyo, especially those, for instance, who need help with hospital expenses or legal expenses. We could tap our assistance to nationals funds para dito. So, ulit po namin, may hotline po tayo, 917-239-4118. Tawagan nyo lamang po kami kung kailangan nyo yung aming tulong. At of course, we will be there to respond. We have instructions from the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, our ambassador in Washington, D.C., to all possible assistance to our kababayan here in New York.
o kaya naman ay
If it's police emergency, that's someone who requires immediate police assistance, call 911.
sa forum na ginanap, ipinaliwanag pa ng NYPD Inspector ang trabaho ng Asian Hate Crime Task Force at kung ano ang inaasahan nila mula sa complainant.
What the Asian Hate Crime Task Force does is that to ensure every case is being investigated. We have 25 detectives speaking different languages, dialects. To get the connections, it's extremely important to make the victims feel that he or she is talking to a friend, not a police officer. I think that direct contributions is extremely important. Number one, to ensure that the victim is willing to come forward and to go through the whole prosecution's process.
Nagkaroon din ng usapin ukol sa mga bystanders. Sa mga ilang insidente ng hate crime na naiulat ay walang ginawa ang mga tao sa paligid. Walang ginawa ang bystanders upang pigilin ang nasa harapan nila. At sa halip ay nanood lamang ang mga ito habang nagaganap ang krimen. Itinanong sa forum kung may mga training na isinasagawa ang mga local authorities para sa mga bystanders.
Has been coordinating several bystander intervention trainings with different organizations, including organizations like the Center for Anti-Violence Education and Hollaback. The reality right now is that while the organizations and our agency, we've been putting up many bystander intervention trainings, there is just great demand for them right now. What these trainings do is they really, they teach on what people think of as, the 5 Ds. So distract, delegate, document, delay, direct. And it really teaches you kind of ways to safely intervene in these types of situations. And sometimes that means that you can't intervene, while the situation is occurring, but you're kind of documenting what's happening so that later on you can help provide information to my agency or you can help provide information to the police. My agency also does them in other languages. We have not yet held a Tagalog training, but if there were people who were interested in us doing one in Tagalog, absolutely call into my agency and we will put one together. Because the reason that we've put other trainings together in other languages is because there's been a need and request for that. So please do reach out.
Sa kasalukuyan ayon sa datos ng NYPD, tumaas na sa 39 na kaso ng Asian hate crime ang naiulat sa NYPD. Kumpara noong nakaraang taon na halos pawang COVID-related cases lamang ang mga iniulat sa kanaukulan. Ayon sa ulat ng Migration Policy Institute, may gitna sa 200,000 Pilipino ang naninirahan sa New York City at sinasabing mahigit naman sa 1.2 million undocumented immigrants buhat sa iba't ibang bansa. Walang tiyak na bilang kung ilan ang mga Pilipinong walang papel na ngayon ay nasa New York City. Eagle News, El Aguilar, we live in interesting times.